Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we are starting a two-part series on Isuzu sales brochures. So if you're a big Isuzu head, make sure you subscribe and tune in next week as we go through the Isuzu Impulse sales brochure. This week we're going through these Isuzu iMark brochures. I picked each of these up for $1 and I thought they'd just be a good time, and I really like picking up these really cheap, really quirky sales brochures because I think they, really do their best at pumping these pretty mundane cars up. Although I will say, I think the iMark is a pretty cool looking car. It's got some really interesting collaboration with Lotus as they did the suspension on these cars, or the suspension handling and tuning, I guess. So without further ado, let's get into it. The Isuzu iMark. Enjoy a fast return on a smart investment. We can explain our new twin-cam 16-valve engine in one word: fast. We can also describe it in 8.1 seconds, as in 0 to 60 in 8.1 seconds. 125 horses at 6,800 RPM, and a very respectable EPA-rated 32 mpg highway. In other words, the new engine in our RS iMark is fast, powerful, and economical. That's not all that'll set your heart racing. There's also a faster-than-fast LS Turbo with a 1.5-liter four-cylinder inline single overhead cam engine, a value-conscious S model, and the slightly more cushy yet still very pragmatic XS. Of course, as one of the more economical subcompacts, each iMark is designed to minimize expenses. But don't worry, we didn't cut corners. We handled them instead. Witness the RS and LS. Lotus took a turn at our suspension. Exhaustive testing and fine-tuning by engineers from the legendary Lotus helped us develop a superior suspension system for our RS and LS iMarks. Their grueling test process took us through 120 different shock settings, 20 tire designs, 14 combinations of spring and stabilizer bars, and 30,000 miles in 4 countries. The results are tangible. In the precise steering, sharper handling, easy maneuverability, and responsive high-performance sports car ride. You have to drive it to believe it. Thanks to its rack and pinion steering and gutsy 5-speed transmission, the iMark is fun to drive. Fortunately, power-assisted front disc brakes also make it a pleasure to stop. And once you've stopped, you can have a good time admiring the sleek styling, flush-mounted windshield, and integrally designed air dams and spoilers. We could go on, but we really only need one more word on the subject: test drive. Nothing sells an iMark better. The way we see it, the competition is missing a few parts. They conveniently call them options. We call them standard equipment. When you buy an iMark, you know that the quality and value are built in from the start, not added on later, and not adding on to the price. Get a load of this. With 2 basic body styles and 4 levels of standard equipment to choose from, it's not hard to find an iMark that suits your needs or your budget. The hard part is believing that this fully loaded car is just standard Isuzu operating procedure. Even our least expensive iMarks come equipped with tinted glass, halogen headlamps, steel-belted radial tires, carpet, cloth upholstery, and something we're sure you'd never expect: legroom. The iMark sedan and hatchback give you as much legroom in the front seats as the Jaguar XJ6 and the Lincoln Continental. Move into the back seat and you'll find more leg and headroom than you'll find in any comparable Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla. Feeling more comfortable? Let us fill in the details. Our XS model has everything the S has, and more. In fact, other car makers don't even offer some of the things that come standard on our XS. Things like power steering, sporty reclining front bucket seats, aluminum alloy wheels, fog lamps, intermittent windshield wipers, tilt steering wheel, plush cut pile carpet, and dual remote electric mirrors. Of course, some people just can't get enough of a good thing. For them, we offer the RS Twin Cam and the LS Turbo. In keeping with their sporty image, they sport a color-keyed rear spoiler, and each comes with an AM/FM ETR stereo cassette with 4 speakers. The LS even has a graphic equalizer. And finally, to enlighten you even further, there's the tilt-up removable sunroof, standard on every LS. Exactly what you want it to be. The iMark is an economical mode of transportation and a high-performance driving machine. That's the beauty of it. You choose the model that suits your personal and budgetary needs, and then it fills them with pleasure. The iMark puts the fun back into being practical, and when you look at the competition, fun seems to be another one of the parts they're missing. I'm not going to read this specifications sheet on the back, but I will put it in the video just so you could take a look. Maybe you've got an Isuzu iMark that you really need to know, like the curb weight of, which is actually pretty crazy because these curb weights are like hovering around the 2,000 mark. Some of them, if you're getting like the S, the Isuzu iMark S, that could be less than 2,000 pounds. It's pretty impressive. Also impressive is the MPGs that these things could get. Specifically the S and the XS, you're talking in the low 30s. I'm also impressed by the mileage that these things could get, specifically the S model. If you get the stick, you're at 33 city, 39 highway. That's pretty good. I mean, even by today's standards, some cars don't even get that. Now let's move on to the Isuzu Sunsport. We just blew the roof off our iMark. So the Sunsport is like the cabriolet version of the Isuzu iMark, which is what we just covered. The Sunsport is only available in a hatch, as far as I know. And as far as I can tell, the only powertrain you're getting in the Isuzu Sunsport is the like base model. So it's the 1.5 liter engine with 70 horsepower. And that would be comparable to the Isuzu iMark S or XS. The 1989 Sunsport. It's not a convertible, but that's not exactly a sunroof you're looking at either. The new Isuzu is something else entirely, and once you see it, it's gonna blow you away. It's fun, it's sporty, and for those of you who insist, it's even practical. The Sunsport offers you typical iMark value, plus performance feature like power-assisted front disc brakes, rack and pinion steering, a 5-speed transmission, steel-belted radials, and more, at a sticker price even your mother could love. But this brand new model also offers you a bigger than big, uniquely designed, power-operated roof, reclining seats with their own unique fabric, plus bumpers, exterior mirrors, and wheel covers that match our 3 sporty colors: Spectra Red, Ebony Black, and Pure White. The 1989 Sunsport. It's a breath of fresh air. Now, this car is pretty cool. I've never seen one of these. I've actually never seen an Isuzu iMark in person. The closest I ever got was a Chevy Spectrum. I think it was a Chevy Spectrum Turbo. I'll see if I can find the picture in my phone. It was actually in the middle of Nebraska. Or rather, it was closer to Iowa because it was for 1320's ice cream cruise. But back to that Chevy Spectrum. The Chevy Spectrum was another example of badge engineering, which you know I love so much if you watch any of my Dodge marketing materials. And so like each of the big 3 American brands had some sort of share in a Japanese company. And for Chevy, that was Isuzu. And so we had some oddballs like the Isuzu iMark come through, sold over here, also badges of Chevy. We got some Geo models out of it. It was, just an interesting point in time. And anyways, I hope you tune in next week for the coverage of the Isuzu Impulse. And please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you like this video, or if you have an Isuzu iMark. I would love to learn about your experience. But take care.